Good day, everyone. Today's discussion was all about regionalism and ASEAN under Module 3, Lesson 2 to 3. But before we proceed to our discussion, let us first read the learning outcomes. At the end of this module, instructor will enable their students to differentiate between regionalization and globalization, understand the objectives of ASEAN integration, identify the impact of ASEAN integration in the policies of the Philippines, compare ASEAN versus EU and other regional organizations, identify the factors leading to a greater integration of Asian region, analyze how different Asian states confront the challenges of globalization and regionalization. So let's move now to our discussion. First, we have regionalism. So regionalization is the process that promotes the formation of regions. Regionalization usually refers to the market-led integration and is often used in contrast to globalization. The concept of regionalism is more of policy perspective that focuses on the importance of regional integration and promotes regional cooperation. So regionalization, it is a tendency to form regions or the process of doing. Regionalization is used in opposition to globalization. This means a world that is less connected with stronger regional focus. Regionalization can be conceived as a growth of societal integration within a given region, including the undirected process of social and economic interaction among the units such as nation-states. As a dynamic process, it can be best understood as a continuing process of forming regions as geopolitical units, as organized political cooperation within a particular group of states, and or as regional communities such as a pluralistic security communities. Similarly, the term regionalism refers to the tendency of the government and people of two or more states to establish voluntary association and to pull together resources such as material and non-material in order to create common functional and institution arrangement. Furthermore, regionalism can be best described as a process occurring in a given geographical region by which different types of actors such as states, regional institutions, societal organization, and other non-state actors share certain fundamental values and norms. These actors also participate in a growing network of economic, cultural, scientific, diplomatic, political, and military interaction. Regionalization, or known as the tendency or the process to form regions, and regionalism, which create regional institution and arrangement, find expression in the economic and security domains, including convergent motivation toward both political security and economic forms of integration. Some of the common factors that might explain the trend toward economic regionalism are the effects of the end of the Cold War, the shifting balance of economic power, and uneven effects of globalization, and the shifting toward outward-oriented economic policies in many parts of the developing world. Next, we have the ASEAN. Its founding, a Buddhist Thai, a Christian Filipino, two Muslims, and a lapsed Hindu, were the leaders who got together to form ASEAN. ASEAN, or the Association of the Southeast Asian Nation, was born in August 1967 and was established in Bangkok with the signing of the ASEAN Declaration by the 5 foreign ministers of Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. So the Association of Southeast Asian Nation, or ASEAN, was established on August 8, 1967 in Bangkok by the 5 original member countries, namely Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. Brunei Darussalam joined on January 8, 1984, Vietnam on July 28, 1995, Laos PDR and Myanmar on July 23, 1997, and Cambodia on April 30, 1999. This association was established to accelerate economic growth, social progress, and cultural development in the region and to promote regional peace and stability through abiding respect for justice and the rule of law in the relationship among countries in the region and adherence to the principle of the United Nations Charter. ASEAN has successfully maintained peace, stability, and security in the region through the various frameworks and mechanisms such as Zone of Peace, Freedom and Neutrality in 1971, Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia in 1976, and Southeast Asian Nuclear Weapon-Free Zone Treaty in 1995. To further enhance regional cooperation in political and security issues, the ASEAN Regional Forum was established in 1994, which now comprises 27 participating countries, including all the major regional players, and serve as a forum for constructive dialogue and consultation to promote confidence building and preventive diplomacy in the region. On the economic front, ASEAN has made an important milestone in regional economic integration with the conclusion of ASEAN Free Trade or AFTA agreement in 1992. Since then, ASEAN has continuously pursued closer economic cooperation in trade, services, and investment. Furthermore, ASEAN has also enjoyed functional cooperation in many areas such as education, disaster management, health, environment, rural development, and science and technology. Such cooperation has helped increase regional resilience and enable us to respond effectively to challenges such as pandemics, natural disaster, and other transboundary challenges such as haze and drugs.
Today, the vision of ASEAN community is espoused in its initiatives for integration that aim. The first one is to accelerate the economic growth, social progress, and cultural development in the region through joint endeavors in the spirit of equality and partnership in order to strengthen the foundation for a prosperous and peaceful community of Southeast Asian nations. The second one is to promote regional peace and stability through abiding respect for justice and the rule of law in the relationship among countries in the region and adherence to the principles of the United Nations Charter. Regionalization in Southeast Asia began through the Bangkok Declaration when, along with Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand, the Philippines is among the founding fathers of ASEAN or the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which was established in 1967. Today, ASEAN has member states including Brunei, Darussalam, Vietnam, Laos PDR, Myanmar, and Cambodia. ASEAN was founded to promote regional cooperation in Southeast Asia in the spirit of equality and partnership and thereby contribute toward peace, progress, and prosperity in the regions. Since its founding in 1967, series of agreements regionalism were entered into by ASEAN states leading to the creation of the ASEAN community, which embodies regional integration and cooperation in the Southeast Asia region. The ASEAN community itself is comprised of three pillars, namely the ASEAN Political Security Community, ASEAN Economic Community, and ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community. These pillars in turn promote greater integration in the region. The so-called ASEAN integration is stated that through the ASEAN Vision of 2022 by the ASEAN leader who envisions the region as a concert of Southeast Asian nations outward-looking, living in peace, stability, prosperity, bonded together in partnership.
Good day, everyone. So this is our next topic.
The BIMP-EAGA, which stands for Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, East Asian Growth Area, is a sub-regional economic cooperation designed to spur economic development in the lagging sub-economies. And Mindanao is a member of this regional cooperation. Now, what is sub-regional cooperation? So, the said sub-regional economic cooperation is like a partnership which aims to promote regional prosperity, improve economic opportunities, and build a better quality of life for the people of the sub-region. So basically, it is considered as the means for enhancing economic development and providing economic security within a specific geographical region. This BIMPEAGA, it covers the entire Sultanate of Brunei Darussalam, about 9 provinces in Kalimantan and Sulawesi, the island chain of Maluku, and the Papua in Indonesia. It also covers the federal states of Sabah and Sarawak, the federal territory of Labuan or in Malaysia, and of course, Mindanao, which has 26 provinces, and also the province of Palawan. So in order to achieve its development goals, this cooperation is anchored on 4 strategic pillars. The first strategic pillars of economic cooperation is enhanced connectivity. So how this connectivity helps develop or achieve the development goals? So of course, enhancing connectivity will make it easier and faster to travel within and outside BIMPEAGA. So with this pillar, we can ensure that the flow of goods and services will improve, create a conducive business climate, and raise the quality of life of the local communities. For the second pillar, we have food basket strategy. In this pillar, it is expected that the food security will enhance, we can create sustainable livelihoods, and of course, reduce poverty. The third pillar is tourism development. How does tourism development helps in achieving the goals or the development goals of this cooperation? Simply by means of taking advantage of the boom in tourism. These tourism destinations and activities is a great factor in hotel investments and of other tourism related facilities and services. So by that, it can narrow development gaps by creating sustainable livelihood opportunities for communities in less developed areas.
So it stimulates the demand to scale up customs, immigration, quarantine, and security procedures, as well as boost investments in infrastructure and services.
Now the last pillar is environment. So this is the most important pillar, I guess, because environment sustainability is the key to long-term growth. So this includes sustainable practices in agriculture, industry, manufacturing, and services.
So this strategic pillar address the impacts of climate change through adoption and mitigation. It also promotes clean and green technologies, and lastly, it adopts sustainable management of natural resources and ecosystems.
Let's talk about the BIMPEAGA Land Transport Memorandum of Agreement. So one of the results of this agreement is the said BIMPEAGA Land Transport Memorandum of Agreement. So it is, so what is a Memorandum of Agreements? Unsa di ay ng Memorandum of Agreements? It is a written document describing a cooperative relationship between two parties. So it serves as legal documents that describe the terms and details of partnership sa agreement. Diri nakabutang ang mga details of the specific responsibilities or katong actions to be taken by, and of course the goals to be accomplished. So unsa ang ilahang napagkasunduan katong mga members of BIMPE AGA countries? Kato sila na countries, unsa ang ilahang napagkasunduan? So the BIMPE AGA members, katong mga members ana na countries are exempted from customs of duties, security, taxes, and other charges.
And the objective of this Memorandum of Understanding is to facilitate interstate transport of goods and transportation of goods in transit between and among the participants parties, as well as to promote multimodal transport. And now let's move sa BIMPEAGA Friendship Game. So, unsa ni siya na friendship game? It is a sporting biennial event between the regions of the 4 member countries. So, kani siya sa 2020, ang Davao City ang nag-host sa 11th Friendship Game. So, nagsugod din siya atong 1996. Niya ang nag-host kay General Santos. Tapos katong 2018 sad, ang nag-host kay katong Brunei Darussalam plus December 2018. So, unsa na yung purpose aning friendship game? Nganong naa may friendship game? So, number 1 na aim niya is to bring together people from all cultures and races, and of course, to encourage harmony among the member countries, pinaagi sa sports. So that includes my report, and I hope that you have learned something from my discussion.